episode freaking 10. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Scout.
I am Genelite Gaming.
And this
is
Critical Hitz. Guys, Gen 10, I cannot believe that we finally made it here, buddy. 10 episodes, we did it. I mean, we've been grinding. And, we do have a little bit of an announcement to start this. We did start an Instagram account and Facebook account. We are now on every single social media, including Apple Podcasts and Spotify, so you guys definitely check us out. But thank you very much for those of you that have been around since the beginning, right? This feels really, really good to be involved in making podcasts for 2 freaking months. There's no better feeling in the world, so guys, we're grateful.
We love you. Thank you, guys.
We love you very much. But guys, we do have a little bit of an agenda here today. We're not going to be so off the cuff as we were last week, so Genelac, take it over.
We're going to start out with a little game, new game actually, ranking the cards. So I think it's like 5 or 6 cards, and we'll rank them. And then we're going to move into some drama. It's drama time. Some issues with Pokemon Go, so I will talk about the issues with Pokemon Go. Then we get to go more positive. World type. It is World Championships for Pokemon Go this weekend in Anaheim, so we're going to go over all of the things in regards to that. A little announcement about Pokemon Pocket and some of our thoughts there around, well, frankly, players dropping off and not continuing to play the game. Then we'll wrap it up with a couple other thoughts, but that's the general agenda.
Well, guys, he already let you guys know we do have a little ranking Genelac for you, buddy. I sent you 7 cards. I want you to take a look at them, guys. You're going to see all the cards on the screen. I want you to rank these cards 1 through 7 based on whatever metrics you want to rank them on.
I feel like this is a hard list. You done did this to me again. I'm not going to tell people what I'm ranking it on, though. I'm not. You're going to have to guess in the comments what logic you think I used to rank these cards.
Bro, I love that. I'm a massive fan of that.
So, starting us off, number 7. All right. I'm going to have to go with the shiny Rayquaza.
Whoa, there is not a single list I can think of immediately that Rayquaza deserves to be number 7. That is, I'm dumbfounded, bro. Continue. Sorry, that was not even in my top 6 cards that I thought you were gonna put at number 7.
Oh my god, that's funny. Okay, number 6. Not too far behind is the Dark Tyranitar at number 6.
That's what I thought. I thought you were going to be Dark Tyranitar down at 7. But guys, I think I might know what the list is. Maybe we'll go depending on his next answer.
No, you don't know. Okay, so next up is going to be the Trico Gold Star, actually.
No, I'm lost in the sauce. There's no way. I was off the mark, brother. All right. No.
Should I tell you guys what I'm doing it as at the end?
Hell no. I want to know at the end, dude. You've already crossed off the Dark Tyranitar, the Rayquaza, the Trico Gold Star. You've got the Snorlax EX left, Mewtwo and Mew tag team, the Blaziken Alternate Art, and the Typhlosion Hollow. Instinctively, this tells me that it's by your favorite Pokemon, but that's not an official guess. So,
well, I'm about to blow your mind because next is the Typhlosion.
Okay. All right. Sure. It's your list, buddy. You do with it as you please.
Thank you. Yeah, the E-Reader Typhlosion as what number was that?
It's number 4. You've got 3 left.
Yeah, that's exactly where it belongs. Okay. In the number 3 spot, it's a great card. It really is. These are all great cards. The Rocket Snorlax EX at number 3. All right.
Oh my god. What? What kind of list is? Never mind. Continue. You got this. You know what you're doing.
All right. In number 2, the Mewtwo and Mew GX from Tag Team.
Guys.
Which leaves the number 1 as the alternate art Blaziken VMAX.
Guys, I think I know what his list is. Genelac, look, I'm going to dissect this a little bit, okay? So you didn't rank it based on price, right? Or else you would have put the Trico Gold Star at number 1. Yeah, and then the Typhlosion would have been way down here. But you put the Typhlosion at 4, so it's not based on your favorite Pokemon. And
Right.
I don't know if you know, this is not a knock on you, I don't know if you know the sets that all these cards come out of.
Uh-huh.
Right? So
So
in turn, I think you ranked these cards based on your fondest memories. So I'm going to say, no, really? Because Blaziken, I mean, we met, about the time of Chilling Reign. We were bonding over Chilling Reign.
Nostalgia is where you're going. But no.
Okay, then you're going.
It's simpler than that.
It's simpler than that?
It is. It's simpler than that.
I swear to God, if you just say that it's the artworks you personally like the most, I'm going to be... No, is it the artworks
even simpler.
Is it just the artworks that you want the most?
No, it's even simpler than that.
Oh my God. Get out. No, is it alphabetical order?
No.
I don't know. Sorry, I didn't.
Maybe.
I didn't know.
Listen, if it is, it's accidental.
No, okay.
Because I'm thinking about this, and Blaziken does come first.
But that's what I was saying. As soon as you were like, it's even simpler than that. Wait a second, Blaziken starts with a B, and then you said Rayquaza at the end, but then you got Tyranitar and Typhlosion.
Somebody tell me. Wait, do the ABCs. Tyranitar.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I'm just kidding.
Is R after T? No. So the ranking system was. The ranking system was which one has the most artwork and color on it.
Are you kidding me?
So naturally, that's why all of the full arts are in the top. And then the EX has almost a full holographic. Same with the E-reader. That's why the regular holos were at the back, because they have the least amount of color and artwork.
That is the dumbest list I have ever heard. I'm just kidding. It's not dumb. That was not at all what I thought.
Get wrecked, you nerds.
Never in a million years would I have thought that was the list. Okay, but you know what? Since you successfully tricked myself and everybody else in the comments, there's no way anybody guesses that. There's no chance in hell. So I want you to tell me, in what order would you rank these 7 cards based on how much you want those cards?
I want them?
Yeah,
okay.
Desirability. Yeah. Number 1's most desirable. Number 7, least desirable.
Okay, well, then I'm going to go top to bottom then.
Do it.
I would say number 1 is the Gold Star Trico. I need it. I want it. It's an amazing card. Followed up pretty swiftly by the Mew and Mewtwo. I think that's an incredible artwork. It has so much personality.
Okay.
The Mewtwo looks so annoyed. Then I would probably go Snorlax EX.
Okay.
Then probably the Blaziken. Then the Typhlosion. Then the Dark Tyranitar, and then the Rayquaza.
Bro, you do realize, like, that Rayquaza, the Dragon's Exalted Secret Rare Rayquaza is probably one of the most sought-after Rayquaza cards, like, ever. And probably one of the lowest pops as far as, like, graded cards go.
It just doesn't do it for me. I don't know, like, yeah, it looks like a very simple card. It's very simple. Yeah, it's shiny, but I feel like they're, like, the Gold Star Ray is just the way better version of this. Okay. So I don't, like, this isn't even probably a top 3 or 4 Rayquaza, or 5 even, Rayquaza card for me. Okay. I would rather have, like, the Breath of the Wild one, to be honest.
Oh, easily. Yeah, no, we've already talked about this. Gold Star Rayquaza and the Breath of the Wild Rayquaza are at minimum 1 and 2, 2 and 3.
And honestly, I'll say this too. That's like one of my least favorite Typhlosion artworks. I know it's an e-reader, but like I don't like the like almost CGI look to it. It doesn't work for me.
That's why I picked that card though. I had to throw you a little Typhlosion, guys. He's a massive Typhlosion fan.
I love Typhlosion.
Say that 6 times fast. Typhlosion. Well, yeah, for the most part, dude, I think I agree with your list. I like it. I like the Trico being at number 1. Anybody that passes up the Tricos got to be, I mean, they're crazy in my opinion.
I think I'm starting to understand the hype around gold cards, to be honest. Like, I get it now. I love to see the Gold Star stamp. I love that they're all a shiny variant, and they have just enough, like, extra to the card. Yeah. But it's still a very, like, I love the textures of all of them, like the grass types with, like, the little... Like, they almost look like little amphibians, like the Trico thingies. I don't know. I'm really starting to see the allure of gold cards.
So you're looking at all these Gold Star cards now, and you're starting to understand the desirability behind them. So which Gold Star card would you want out of all the 21 or 23 that exist?
I mean, it would probably have to be just based on some of my favorite Pokemon, more so than the actual card.
Oh yeah.
So like Rayquaza and Umbreon are very high up there. I'll say that. Okay. I love Charizard.
Yep.
So, there's a lot of good Pokemon cards out there already for a lot of those Pokemon.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to do something off the cuff, Gold Star Metagross, probably.
Oh, that's actually a really good pick. And you know what drives me even crazier about Gold Stars is that your favorite Pokemon have Gold Star versions. My favorite Pokemon of Blastoise and Lugia do not have Gold Star versions. So my most desired Gold Star is probably the Gold Star Raikou, because I think that is a tremendous artwork. It's that lightning feature behind the Raikou itself and its claw coming out of the picture that elevates it. You know, it's just that good of a Gold Star. And then if I want anything else, man, I got to say the Gold Star Kyogre, pretty dope. The Reggies, kind of lackluster. And, you know, we are talking...
I don't know. I kind of like the Regice. I don't know.
You really like the Regice?
I like it's like standing like this, doing like a Spirit Bomb.
Oh, okay. So you like the Spirit Bomb. Well, what do you like? I mean, do you like the Mewtwo? Mewtwo's got to be desirable for you.
Mewtwo's solid for me. I actually love the Torchic. It goes along with the shinies themselves too, right? Like shiny Mewtwo. It's funny because the Gold Star card doesn't do a good job of shiny Mewtwo, because shiny Mewtwo is like super lime green. I actually like that card. It's probably like, if I was to do like a tier list, it's like a B tier, like Gold Star card.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, the other one that we're forgetting is the Gyarados. I think the Gyarados is fantastic. Too, because it's the red background to it. I think it's a Delta species. Yep. It's insane.
Yeah, Gold Star Gyarados is probably top 5. And we are gonna, guys, we're gonna do this for an episode. We are actually going to rank the Gold Star cards. I think we're doing it next episode, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. So we are going to rank all the Gold Star artwork, so you guys stay tuned for that. But since we are talking about Gold Stars, and I did mention 2 of my favorite Pokemon that did not receive Gold Stars, I want you to think about 2 cards, or 2 Pokemon in particular, that did not receive Gold Stars, and that kind of pissed you off this weekend. And by that, I mean Dialga and Palkia. Ladies and gentlemen, what happened on Sunday, Genelec, that you want to tell the people?
You know, guys, let's all just pour one out. Let's pour one out for Niantic here, because I'm not going to lie. Like, it's been better, right, since the Scopely acquisition. Okay. But I've seen a lot of comments about how it's still the Niantic team. And you know what? Those comments are pretty valid. Ooh. So here's what I'll say. It is an ultra unlock event. You have plenty of time, and you tell people it's a 1 in 10 shiny odds.
That's what they said.
And then it was 1 in 10. And you know, I did 26 raids, which is probably the middle ground for some people. You know, I bought the pass, so you get an extra 8, and then I had some leftovers. But I know people that did like 70 and got 1. So no one knows what the shiny rate was. Typically for any raid, a shiny rate is 1 in 20. That's the typical rate. Jesus. I'm not even convinced that was the rate based on, you saw this. I posted about this on my social. It had a huge response. People just got robbed. So Niantic released a statement. They recognized the fact that the shiny rates were off. They did not say how. They didn't say if they just didn't change it. We know it wasn't 1 in 10. That's what we know.
Okay.
They're working on a compensation package for all of the players who did this.
Yeah.
They've done this a variety of different ways. There's really only one way I would be contemplated, to be honest with you, and it's what they did with the Ultra Beasts last August, by the way. Guys, I don't get this. I'm all for, hey, you know what? People make mistakes. But it's the same mistake they made exactly a year ago. Like, it's like on a freaking, I'm going to try not to swear here, but it's on a freaking wheel, right? Like,
yeah.
You did the Ultra Unlock last year. You gave out Ultra Beasts to everybody. You messed up the shiny odds, and then you gave an encounter for every raid that they did. So, in theory, what I would get 16 Dialga encounters with the correct shiny rate and 10 Palkia encounters.
Oh my god.
I love that. If they do that, I love that, because it's double the candy, it's double the XP, whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
You won't get the boost, right? They won't have the boost going for, you know, the XP boost and that kind of crap, but whatever. So that's the only way I would be okay with this, because people spend money on the raid passes.
Yep.
And they spend time, and usually to take a raid down, you have to be in a group.
Yep.
It's a very, very big deal when you mess up raids.
Yeah.
Right? It's a big deal. So, yeah, it's not cool. It's happened multiple times now, around the same time of year. So, Niantic needs to figure this out, man. Because if it's a yearly thing where they mess up, and it's a big event, I mean, these are shiny, exclusive, legendary Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they've paywalled these things to where you're not even guaranteed the exclusive move. So to get a shiny hundo with the exclusive move, this is the only time you could get it outside of the paid event from like 2.5 years ago. So I don't know.
Jesus.
You got to get it right.
Dude, that's insane. And now, so I didn't know this on Sunday because we actually met up with some friends of ours here in the UK and had a blast, bro. One couple was saying, hey guys, there's a raid event going on. And I was like, oh, well, we all play Pokemon. Why don't we make a party, right? So there were six of us. Yeah, there were 6 of us. There were, 3 couples apiece. We had a party with the boys and then we had a party with the girls. And we did, I want to say, maybe like 15 raids. 15 to 18, I don't know. Yeah. We all just had a bunch of, extra raid passes and stuff. And I think only 4, maybe 3 shinies were encountered between the 6 of us over the course of 15 raids, right? Which, I mean, looking at those odds, that's 60 encounters, and we only saw 3 shinies. I didn't get one. That did not happen. Yeah. And I didn't even realize that it was an event based around a special move. So when I saw your video, I went in and checked. Only one of my Palkia has the Spatial Ren. No, not Spatial Ren.
Yep.
Yeah, Spatial
No, that's
Ren.
right. That's right.
And then the Dialga has Roar of Time. Or whatever it's called. Yeah, Roar of Time. Only one. And I have 8 of each. And I was like, that's crazy. How can that be? Right? And I didn't think much of it. But hearing you talk about it, that's ridiculous, man. I'd be pissed. I didn't spend any money on it. Like, I know you could have spent the $5 to get, the 8 additional raids or whatever. I think it was
8 or 9 passes. Yeah.
Yeah. I still couldn't justify that, brother. That's insane, man. I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm sorry to all you guys that paid for that and got, just bent over. That's what it sounds like.
Well, and here's the thing: like we knew the move thing. We knew that they weren't guaranteed with the move.
Gotcha.
You also can't TM the move.
What? Oh yeah, because it's it's below the actual move set. Yeah.
Well, no, not even that. There are items in the game called Elite Fast TMs and Elite Charge TMs, and what those do is they allow you to TM any move, including legacy moves.
Yep.
Legacy moves are moves that cannot be learned unless you use an elite TM.
Yeah.
Well, for whatever reason, Roar of Time and Spatial Rend, they can't even be elite TM. They just it just doesn't they don't show up as an option. Niantic has chosen to make these exclusive. Now again, I'm not against that. Whatever, right? If that's what they choose to do, it's the rarity of it all. I'm working on a shiny lucky trade from my wife that has Spatial Rend for Palkia, right?
Nice.
And it's and I'm hyper training it. I use my golden bottle cap on it. So it's good. So yeah, for me, it's like, okay, that's a super exclusive Pokemon, right? It's going to be a Shundo lucky with the move, blah, 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 blah. Yep. So I get that a little bit. But my issue is people are going to go out and grind then, right? To have those.
Oh yeah.
So anytime if they want a shiny with the move and then they want to try and lucky trade it, that's great. But you got to give them a chance. You can't nerf the shiny rates and nerf the moves and not let them TM. They're just making it a little too hard, a little too exclusive, if you ask me.
That's ridiculous. No, that's not a little too exclusive, dude. That's way too exclusive. The fact that it's not a legacy move is ridiculous. That's another paywall. That's another technical machine introduction or something that they are putting behind, you paying more money. I just can't.
And you can't even use that.
Yeah, which is insane.
They're like, we don't want your money.
Oh my god, bro! I don't know if I can get behind that. So Sunday was the first time my wife and I went and played Pokemon Go for the first time in probably 6 months. But went and engaged. We were, 2016, man, had our heads down, just tapping away at our phones.
We talked about this last episode. It's peak right now. Everybody's playing.
Yeah, dude, there were some raids here in our small little town. I was like, hey, guys, let's go do this raid. As soon as we jumped in, 20 people were in the raid, and we're like, where the hell are all these people?
Yeah, baby.
We're looking around, and there's no 20 people standing around, you know what I mean? But it was so cool to see. So cool to actually engage in Pokemon Go again. It got me really happy, dude. I'm not spending any money on Pokemon Go.
Welcome back, my friend.
It did feel like a welcome back. It really did. I even thought about jumping into PvP, but I was like, no, I don't even know what's going on in PvP. I don't know what the most powerful is. I'm going to have to talk to you about this.
Come to the dark side.
I was thinking about it, brother, but the more I start looking at it, I've got a 96% Shadow Shelgon that has been my buddy for over a year, bro. And I'm just trying to get all this candy. So that way I can
One of these days, I'm
going
to have to... One of these days, we can talk about PvP IVs if you want. We can get nerdy about it.
We'll get nerdy about it, but this Shadow Shelgon is just for me to have like a cool raid attacker. But I feel like Shadow Salamence is I feel like it's a glass. Is it a glass cannon? Not to get like into the woods. It's a glass cannon.
Yes.
Damn, that sucks.
Yes.
Oh, dude, I was so happy.
I'm pretty sure it's like a top 5 raid attacker DPS wise, which is wild from a dragon perspective.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I have it, because I've got like a whole army of Shadow Shelgons, and I need to.
There's only like couple things that are better.
That's fair. Well, I need to get back into Pokemon Go, dude, because the TCG is wild. But aside from that, I heard there's some other rumor about Pokemon Go that's happening surrounding Giratina, because we just had the raid day for the Origin forums. But then I guess something else happened. So fill me in.
Yeah, so it's the Rocket takeover event, which means Rocket grunts are everywhere. Giovanni's out, and he's attacking the villagers, right? And you got to go save them. And you can TM frustration away on your shadow Pokemon. Oh, so it happens once every couple months. They have an event where it's like any of your shadow Pokemon. Yeah, you can get rid of frustration now, which is TM. So get rid of it. So
I'm about to do
shout
that
out
now.
Anybody who's listening. Go look at your shadow Pokemon. I usually tag mine. You can also type the word @frustration, and it will find all of the shadow Pokemon that have frustration as a move, and you can choose which ones you want to TM away.
Oh, guys, look at all the rocket grunts around. There's 4 of them. That. Oh my
You're
god.
So low.
And there's a balloon. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, but I'm TMing this away. Keep talking, buddy.
You're so lucky that you have all that. I live too rural for that. Anyway, but Giovanni, every time they do this, they give him a new legendary Pokemon as a part of his lineup. To your point, they gave him Shadow Giratina, which just happens to be the #1 ranked Pokemon in the Great League, which, as everybody knows, the Great League is the only league that is eligible for all play Pokemon competitive events. AKA, if you want to be a professional Pokemon Go PvPer, you got to get good at the Great League. I don't think that Giratina, Shadow Giratina specifically, will be allowed for Worlds. Because as everybody knows, what's happening this weekend, Scout?
Worlds.
So they released the rank 1 Pokemon 4 days before Worlds. There's no shot. That thing's banned instantly. There's no way they allow Shadow Giratina. And maybe they do, and like all the world champions, like its accent, are going to be like, what the heck do I do with this thing? Like, do I play it? Do I counter it? Is it even going to be prevalent? Are people going to get it in time? Because you have to, as a reminder, to get Shadow Giratina, you got to do the entire research to get it. And most people are only going to get 1. The only way you can get it is by defeating Giovanni using a Super Rocket Radar.
Yeah.
And some people have multiple because they skip the ones they don't care about. Like one of my favorite creators, Home Slice Henry, he was like, I don't care about Shadow Reggie. So I'm just not going to do it. And I'm going to hold on to the Super Rocket Radar. Now the Giratina's here. He's like, yeah, I'm probably going to burn like 2 or 3 trying to get a good IV. Shadow Giratina. Shadow Giratina's best IVs, I want to say, are like 6, 11, 11, just like how the math works out.
6, 11,
it makes it super bulky, and it puts it right at 1500 CP.
I'm catching that one.
So if you have a 6, 11, 11, congratulations, you have the rank 1 of the rank 1s. So
that's insane. Okay, so and I'm doing this right now, guys. I've got a Snover. Look at him, he's so cute. I don't know if you can see those IVs. You can? Cool. Anyway, now I'm doing this. Like, now I'm getting back.
Was that a purifiable hundo?
Yeah.
Why are you not purifying that?
Because I've got 2 hundos already.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you don't need to.
Yeah, I don't need to. Come on. I already got the Mega Bomb of Snow. I know what I'm doing, crazy.
I have 2 hundos already.
Yeah.
This guy.
No, so I got a quick question for you, though. If you have, let's say you have a bunch of Super Rocket Radars, is it worth doing 1 or 2? Or, like, what's the deal? Because I currently have 5 Super Rocket Radars.
Wow.
That I just...
You're hoarding.
Yeah, I'm hoarding them because somebody was like, "Hey, you need to hoard them for Shadow Rayquaza. You hoard them for Shadow Rayquaza, dude. You're gonna be so happy, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay. So I guess I'll just get 5 Shadow Rayquazas."
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I'll probably get this question a lot over the next week or 2. It only matters if you want to play PvP.
Okay.
If you're not a PvP player, I would grab 1 maybe, just in case you ever choose to be a PvP player. Also, if you get great IVs on it, you don't need to do a second one. Not unless you're a huge PvP player and you want one for Great League and one for Ultra League, then sure, because it's good in both.
Gotcha.
But I think holding on to it, like Shadow Rayquaza is going to be busted. That thing is going to be really strong. Now, as a reminder, you cannot Mega Evolve Shadow Pokemon.
Yeah.
So while Shadow Ray will be good, I don't think it outclasses Mega Rayquaza still. But the beauty of this is you could then Mega form something else and have a Shadow Rayquaza and still have that damage output. So,
oh god, yeah.
I would say if you play PvP, yes. If you don't, but you think one day, like you're a good example of like, I flirted with it.
Yeah.
You might want to grab one and just see what IVs you get. If your IVs are terrible, like horrible, like 15, 10, 10, then you probably do a second one.
Okay, well, now that I think about it, we get a Super Rocket Radar from this event, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that
you get one every time.
Yeah, so in that case, I've got 5. So if I do this event, I'll have 6. I'll just use this 6th one for Giratina. And then I'll just keep my 5 for my 5 Shadow Rayquaza. Dude, I'm like, I've been contemplating using all these Rocket Radars. When I saw like Regigigas, like Shadow Regigigas, I was like, maybe this will be good. But no, the more I like waiting on it, I'm just thinking, bring me Shadow Rayquaza, dude. If it's not Shadow Rayquaza, I want it to be like Shadow Deoxys or I don't know, man.
I'll say this, you're going to be waiting a long time for Shiny Shadow Ray because they release it in Giovanni at its Shiny Locked. You cannot get the Shiny from Giovanni. You would need to wait until it comes out in Shadow Raids. It's not coming out in Shadow Raids until it's been introduced by Giovanni, and then it'll come out way later. So we're going to be waiting on Shiny Shadow Ray for a long time.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I don't really care about whether or not it's shiny, right? I just care about the damage output. I'm not about here's what's funny, right? In the TCG, huge collector. Like, I want the highest rarity.
You want everything.
Yeah, I want everything. In Pokemon Go, hell no, bro. Give me the highest damage output. All I care about. I want to get in raids, and all I want to see is, like, hardest hitter or final hit or whatever, dude. Like, that's what I care about,
Does this show how many I have?
God dang. 10,500 storage? Is that the max amount of storage?
Yeah, and I need to clean it out because I'm at 10,452. So before I go play today, I gotta go do some transfers.
Oh my god, dude, that is an unhealthy amount of playing. That is literally like Brandon Tan, the Mystic Rips, whatever. No, come on, that's gotta be. Are you not maxing that out?
It's nothing like these guys, dude. I am a casual compared to some of my fans. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'll go in there. I did a post maybe last year of like, I'm the most unlucky Pokemon Go player because I don't have a Shundo yet. And I think at the time I had 52,000 Pokemon caught.
Yeah.
And people were like, dude, why don't you play that much? Over 6 years, 52,000? Like, I've been playing for 2 years and I'm at 100.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, I just look at these people and I'm like, no, they send screenshots of, their first caught and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you guys need to touch less grass.
Yeah.
You need to go inside, sit down, eat a sandwich, and watch a TV show. Because, I mean, there are people that just, dude, this is what they do. Like, they'll go walk for 6 hours a day. I don't even know where you find the time. When do you work? That doesn't make any sense.
I couldn't imagine, bro. Like, I mean, I can on my schedule. I would just wake up at, like, 6 a.m. and go play. And, be done at 9 to go to work. And then go from like 9 to 4. I couldn't imagine going outside that much to play Pokemon Go today.
It's wild.
Like 4 to 7 years ago. God, yeah, bro. All about it. Like, I was outside playing Pokemon Go every chance. Because I've got a question for you. Now that we're sitting here talking about this, agree or disagree, Pokemon Go is the greatest Pokemon game of all time. 3, 2, 1, agree.
Agree.
Yeah, man. I don't think that.
I'm not going to say that it's
the
best game in the sense that it's had a lot of issues. But if you talk about popularity, cultural impact, it's between that and the originals, right? Like, the originals obviously started it all.
Yeah.
But when you think about the phenomena that was Pokemon Go, and the fact that, like, still to this day, like, people will see us playing and they'll see us walking around and like tapping our screens and throwing, and they'll have an idea. They'll be like, "Hey, are you guys playing Pokemon Go?" And it's just this random person.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was playing and this lady comes up to me with her 2 kids and she's like, "Hey, what's everybody doing?" And I go, "Oh, it's Pokemon Go. There's an event today." She goes, so that's back again, huh?" So she knew what the game was. She clearly doesn't play it. Like, Yes, I would say it's the greatest Pokemon game ever from an impact popularity perspective. And it's been going around for, I mean, this thing came out 9 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And people are still playing it.
Yeah.
Name another game that people have played consistently for 9 years. I would argue it's probably the best mobile game of all time. Not just Pokemon.
No, I mean, and I like your, specification there of like, I don't think it's the greatest Pokemon game, but I think it had the most cultural impact. Whatever, dude. I think it's the greatest Pokemon game ever. I mean, it has to be, right? And this is coming from a guy that played Black and White religiously, Heart Gold, Soul Silver religiously, Fire Red, everything. Right? Like, I put thousands of hours on those games. The idea that they finally introduced a mobile game that evolved with the people over time, it immediately made it the greatest Pokemon game ever. And I'm saying that over Gale of Darkness. And you know me, dude. I will die on the hill that Gale of Darkness is the greatest Pokemon game, second behind Pokemon Go.
Man, I'll say this: if they keep investing in the game for quality of life, and they bring stronger animations to the game, like they've started this, I'll say Behemoth Blade from Zacian in a Dynamax Den doesn't look half bad as long as you have the phone and the connection to support it.
Yep.
I'm telling you, Moongeist Beam from Lunala.
Yep.
Even in PvP, it looks pretty good. So, like, if they start to add this stuff in and they continue to up the game that way, I would agree with you.
Well,
yeah,
and so
I already agree with you.
Well, yeah, I mean, you should. I'm telling you, man, what I'm saying is true. No, dude, but agree with me!
This show would be really boring if all I did was agree with you, Scout.
That is awesome. You're right. You're right about that.
I know you would like it.
But, dude, okay, so I also didn't know that there was a party dynamic in Pokemon Go where you could create the parties. I told you that we created the parties on Sunday. That was the first time I learned of it. You know what would be really cool? Is if on the screen, right, you got a notification of like, you are near another party. Do you want to battle the party? And so you do a quick like PvP battle against the other party, and whoever wins, gets some rewards. And it doesn't have to be rewards from the other party, but it could be like you each get 1,000 Stardust from the winning on the winning party, or something like that.
Well, now, let me ask you a clarifying question here.
Okay.
Are you saying that it's like a round robin tournament between party members, or are you saying double battles?
No, I'm saying like double battles, like double and triple battles between like your party and then another opponent's party. But like you run into them and then there's a pop-up that says like, gives you the option, do you want to invite them for a battle?
Party 2 has challenged you to a battle.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, right? And you could do that between your party members, and then, the winner gets, 1,000 Stardust or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that'd be super cool and make it, do you want to do Ultra League, Master League, Great Ball, whatever, dude. I think that'd be super freaking cool. I know it'd be a lot to put in, but for longevity, bro, incorporate more stuff that gives people an excuse to interact with each other. That's what people want on like on a subtle level. Okay, I know that Pokemon is I know that Pokemon's like very like for kids with autism, right? Because they're like, eye contact, is like a threatening, you know the meme. I'm not gonna go into it, but I was just thinking, like, man, this like on some level, people do want to engage with other people. They just don't want to walk up and introduce themselves.
That whole train of thought is tickling my tism.
Is it tickling your tism? But okay, so we were just talking a lot about Pokemon Go, buddy. I have a question for you. What is the number one team for Worlds? What is expected to win Worlds?
I mean, so Worlds is a little different because it's not blind 3-on-3 the way that the typical ladder is.
Gotcha.
In Worlds, you create a team of 6.
Yeah.
And then you can your team and your opponent's team, you pick 3 from each.
Gotcha.
Right? So it's a little bit different. If Giratina's allowed, it'll be on team. Just because it's hard to game plan for. It's a Shadow Dragon type. That is a very difficult typing.
Yeah.
I would say some of the top Pokemon right now, Clodsire is very strong. Really? Araquanid and Azumarill are both very strong. Shadow Annihilate and Shadow Primeape are both very strong, specifically with their Rage Fist move.
Wow.
So you'll probably see some of those. Oh, Dedenne is a beast right now.
Dedenne, it has the fairy electric mouse?
Yeah, it has a move called Parabolic Charge that every time you use it, it raises the defense. and it can get to it pretty quickly. So you can get 3 or 4 off, and then you're just you're really hard to take down. And Shadow Marowak, Kanto Marowak, because that's a great answer to Deddy. Same with Clodsire. Clodsire completely walls it. Poison Ground versus Electric Fairy. It's not a good matchup for Dedede. No. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
So
wow,
I would say those are some of your top Pokemon. Oh, Lapras. Lapras is insane. Lapras is nuts.
I remember when Lapras was, and this was years ago, I remember when Lapras was one of the best Pokemon you could ever have in Great and Ultra League. It was such a pain in the butt, bro.
It's top 3 in both.
Are you
It's
serious?
still top 3 in both. Yeah, because they gave it Psywave as a fast move, so it just it's awesome.
4 hits and you've charged up every charge move you need to.
It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. So no, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think there's obviously some really good trainers out there. Like it's Axon and Yakai, like some of these world champions. They're coming back. Yeah. They didn't get bounced. They're coming back. So look out for their teams. Tune into some of their games. Dunebug, Rise to the Occasion. There's a lot of really, really like marquee trainers that have qualified again. They've won regionals. They've won internationals. So yeah, this should be a good tournament. But on the other side of the coin, Pokemon Go is not the only thing at Worlds.
Oh yeah.
And I know very little about the TCG space. And that actually is a much larger footprint at Worlds. Yep. If you guys ever go to one of these events, the largest event by far is the trading card game. It has quadruple the people playing and watching.
Oh yeah.
So Scout, tune us into the main event. What the heck's going on over there in the TCG world?
Guys, I'm not going to lie to you. The TCG is, honestly, it's a blast. I tell everybody this right now. If I can get product, I'd be playing it more in live. I'd go to my local card shop and play, but I can't get product. That's a story for a different time. But TCG Live, man, the ladder, people are actually starting to do, some playing around on the ladder and starting to measure out some of these decks, right? And the top decks right now are Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX, Goldango, Raging Bolt, Gardevoir. Like, these are all very in Dragon.
I've heard of, right? Goldango's been around for a while, hasn't it?
Everything's been around, for a while. I mean, like, since, you got to remember, Goldango came out in Paradox Rift, right? And Paradox Rift is one of the first.
That's an old set.
I mean, it was what, the 5th set in the Scarlet and Violet era? I'd have to double check. But I mean, that's
like, what, 2 years?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And now this format, right, we'll be in the F format for, I think our next rotation is in April. I'd have to double check. But again, Goldango probably wouldn't be my play to Worlds. It's the deck I'm most comfortable with. With the introduction of Genesect, dude, oh my God, it's just so good because Genesect has an ability that allows you to search for 2 metal Pokemon and put them in your hand. And you can do it. It's not like
so you can just go get Goldango.
Yeah, you just go and get Goldango out of your deck, and as long as you have 2 Gimme Goal on the bench, dude, you're good to rock. I mean, it breaks the deck apart, right? Because now you don't need so much search to get your Goldangos out, and now you can have Make It Rain have a lot more effect. In addition to, you have the Air Balloon. Air Balloon is a tool card that reduces your card's retreat cost by 2, and Goldango has always struggled with that, having a easy pivot. So you can attach the Air Balloon to a Goldango, use Make It Rain in the active, and then retreat it, go into another Goldango, and use not Make It Rain, Coin Bonus, and then use Coin Bonus again. Now you've drawn 4 cards instead of 3. So
and you're just cycling at that point.
Exactly. And dude, to me, Goldango it's in a pretty solid spot, right? I still want to run it with a Ceruledge and Briar combo because you are discarding so much energy to the point where you can use Ceruledge as an attacker. But now in the format, there's not a lot that's weak to fire except for other Goldango, right? And
I was going to say, because you mentioned Gardevoir, Gardevoir doesn't have a weak. What were the top 5 decks? Yeah, you have Goldango, Gardevoir.
Yep, Goldango, Gardevoir, Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX, Dragapult, and Raging Bolt. Those are really the top 5 decks right now.
And none of those have a weakness to fire besides Goldango itself.
Yeah, Goldango's the only one that's weak to fire. Raging Bolt does run a lot of Teal Mask Ogrepons, which are weak to fire, which is why in some Goldango decks, you'll see as a way to counter and then get even on the prize trade, right? Or not get behind on the prize trade, they'll shift into like Chi-Yu, right? The basic single prize Chi-Yu.
The fire fish.
Yeah, exactly. And then they'll use that to, take out Teal Mask Ogrepon, or they'll use like a 1/1 line of Scyther and Caesar. But dude, it's nice. It's nice to see Goldango getting some respect, but I think that the top deck, more than likely that'll win it, is probably Grimmsnarl EX. That's where my money would be for Worlds. If anything, I mean, Raging Bolt is just such a good deck with that Noctowl draw engine. It's just super freaking difficult.
When you say difficult, do you mean hard to play or hard for the deck to execute? Like you need a lot to have it happen.
I would say hard. When I'm saying is hard to play against, like play against Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt prior to rotation, when it wasn't running the Noctowl draw engine and it was running like the Pokestop, the Sada's Vitality, the discard or discarding energy. Yeah, it was much easier to run then. But now Raging Bolt is and can be a little difficult, right? Because if you're not setting up your area 0 to play your Hoots and evolve into Noctowl, because the draw engine of Noctowl, you have to.
So it is harder to. Okay.
Yep, it is harder to execute. I would say the easiest deck to run between the top 5. I mean, it's really Goldango. It's all it is.
Yeah.
Like Goldango is probably the easiest deck to run, but then Marnie's Grimmsnarl EX is also fairly simple, right? Because you have stadiums that allow you to find Marnie's Grimmsnarl in your deck, and then it also spreads a lot of damage.
Right. Yeah. So you're not, the decision-making process is kind of taking it out for you because you're just AoEing.
Yeah, exactly. The idea behind Grimmsnarl is, it's just so good. It is so good. And the fact that it's super effective against Gardevoir makes me so happy because I hate Gardevoir, dude. I hate it as a deck. It's miserable. I don't like playing against it. It is awful.
So are there any notable trainers that like either made these decks popular or you think are just like, this guy's the best Marnie GX or EX trainer in the world that you have some favorites for, or what?
Bro, as far as trainers specifically, I don't have a lot of favorite trainers. And the guys that I constantly watch on YouTube, and shout out to Little Dark Fury and For the Win TCG, Win, Sneaker Talk. You guys are great. I wish you guys the best of luck. I think a couple of you guys are competing in Worlds, but like Henry Chow, that's another one. That's another big name, a part of the TCG community that I think right now he's still on Gardevoir. But I'd have to double check. But yeah, dude. I mean,
Henry.
Yeah.
Henry, Scout judges you.
No. I don't judge you, Henry, man. I can't judge anybody that's that successful in the TCG, bro. What do I know? I can't keep up with those guys. But I am just really, really excited to see how these guys perform and how Worlds goes.
Well, and remember, oh man, like the Pokemon Go events, people are inviting me because there's going to be a World Exclusives Pikachu, right? That you can catch there. So just look out for that. There's an entire event around. Go to leakduck.com. Shout out LeakDuck, huge guy in the community, and that'll tell you the whole event. But there's going to be a lot of exclusives, and apparently there's going to be some news dropping too about a variety of different things. Legends EA potential announcement of Generation 10.
Oh boy!
Say,
oh my God, they might drop another Mega.
They might announce another Mega. There's a lot going on in the Pokemon space right now. I heard from a friend that's going that they are doing Legends EA demo plays there. So they have a couple Switch and Switch 2s out, and they're going to get to play the beta version of Legends Z-A. So, I'm assuming some individuals will make content out of that if they're allowed to. I don't know. So yeah, Legends Z-A hype, potential new Mega hypes from Legends Z-A. I am getting goosebumps because it is about that time to start talking about Gen 10. If we don't get it at Worlds, we will get it at Pokemon Day next year. Oh,
God, yeah.
So maybe they tease it. If they do like an Elder... Do you remember when the Elder Scrolls 6 and all they did at E3 was put the name?
Yep.
Even if they were to do that, I would lose my mind. Give me a color scheme. Give me a font scheme that says anything about Arceus and all that. We would be... You and I would have a whole episode where we would just dissect, like, on 1,000 zoom. Like, what do you think this means? Is this A tilted just slightly? Like, people would be like, this is the worst episode ever, but whatever.
Oh, dude, I cannot wait for Worlds for the sake of, one, seeing what deck wins, right? And seeing what team in Pokemon Go wins. But more importantly, for the announcements. And one of the other things that I'm really excited about as far as Pokemon Day is what Pokemon is going to get the Pokemon Day stamp. Like they had Ceruledge at one point. I can't remember. Maybe it was Eevee that had the one this year. But either which way, Pokemon Day for me, with Gen 10 coming up, I feel like that stamped card is going to be
like it's going to be Arceus, dude.
I think it's going to be Arceus. I really do.
Are you guys tired of us talking about this?
That you can't be. You can't be, because we're right. You guys are going to look back on these episodes and realize, oh my God, these guys were crazy, but they weren't, because we're not. I'm telling you, I think the Pokemon Day promo is going to be Arceus, or I mean, it might be Eternatus. I don't know, but I need it to be like something super impressive.
Oh man, it's gonna be so hype. Next week's episode is going to be, we'll go over everything for sure. Yep. There's been some Pokemon Pocket hype, or I guess hype / issues as well. We can talk about that next episode. So you guys stay tuned, because Critical Hits is just getting rolling. I know this is episode 10, but like there is a lot going on right now. Scout and I have strong opinions on pretty much everything, but specifically, I'm sure we're going to be tuning in this weekend. So if you do miss it, we'll fill you in on what you need to know about.
But ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Episode 10. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And thank you, Genelac, for taking control of today's episode and getting me hyped for Pokemon Go again. Because I am so excited, bro. It's going to be great. And ladies and gentlemen, have a very wonderful week. Once again, my name is Poke Scout.
I am Genelac Gaming.
And this
has been Critical
Hits. Y'all have a very wonderful night, all right?